How to become a man who simply does not watch pornography, rather than counting streaks. Welcome back to the next episode of the Escaping Lust series. If you've just joined us, make sure to go back to the first episode. And if you've been with us from the start, make sure you've got your action step done from last episode, and let's get into it. See, counting a streak tells you how long it's been since you last watched pornography, not whether your mind and your character have changed. Saying that you're trying to quit still pictures you on an identity level as a man who is trying, not as a man who just doesn't watch it. You see, understand that the words that we speak are so impactful, so important. And a way to prove this is you might describe yourself as an introvert. There are so many people who have also described themselves as an introvert, but are able to go and speak on stages in front of thousands. Well, how is this possible if they are actually an introvert? The reason is because they decided to get rid of this identity level mask that says introvert, and they've put on a new mask of somebody who is capable of delivering a speech or a performance or whatever it may be to thousands of people. If they did not decide to go through this identity level transformation, they would have stayed stuck with the introvert mask on and hidden forever. And I believe that that's the danger that we run by counting streaks, because we still picture ourselves as a man who is trying, not as a man who has quit. Now, you might be thinking, well, Tom, even if I say that I've quit, what happens when I relapse? Because then I'm just not going to believe my own word. And it's a very good point. And this is where guilt and shame come into play. Now, understand this. Guilt and shame can be used effectively in a positive way, not when they are used to spiral, but when they are used to promote change. Because if I sit here today and I say I'm a man who has quit pornography, I don't watch it, I think it's disgusting, but then an hour later I go and watch it, well, what does that do to my brain? It promotes this inner discomfort where I think, I've just told people that I don't watch it, and now I've just gone and watched it. I feel shameful, I feel guilty. And that inner discomfort can push you further into the identity of, I don't want to go back and watch pornography because I know how bad it makes me feel. And for me, that was a huge part of helping me to quit pornography, because I developed an identity, not just in my own head, but with other people as well, that I said that I didn't watch porn. I said that I don't like it. I said that I think it's disgusting and it's evil, that it's wrong. So when I relapsed, it felt way worse than keeping it hidden in secrecy. It felt like I'd just lied to everybody, not only to myself, but to everybody else that I'd brought it to the light with. So then it further promoted this emotional connection in my brain where I knew the negative sides of relapsing. I don't want to ever go back to that again. I could not create a YouTube series and then go and watch pornography, because the inner conflict would not be worth it. And this is something that I'll be able to think of before a relapse. Once you get past a certain amount of time and a certain amount of learning about pornography and lust and building and developing your character, you're able to see it in a different light. Before you do this, it feels like you're constantly fighting on the back foot. It feels like your brain gets taken over, whether that's by the devil, demons, whether it's just another part of your brain. It feels like you're not the one in control. But through doing the work and through studying and improving and taking the action steps that I'm telling you to take, you're going to be the man who is in control of his destiny. You're going to be the man who is in control of his habits, of his vices. You're going to become a man who simply does not watch pornography. This episode's action step that I want you to take is to get out a piece of paper. It's better if you do it actual pen and paper, but if you don't have access to that, just do it on your laptop, on a Word document or something. Write a letter to your previous self who used to watch pornography, and write it from the frame of a man who has quit. There's no structure to this. I don't care about how long or how short it may be. I don't care about exactly what goes in there. The only thing I ask is for you to fully immerse yourself as if you were speaking to your younger self who was watching pornography and thought there was never going to be a way out. I want you to speak as the man who has done it, the man who has found his way out, the man who has this aura of self-confidence, of self-trust, and the man who is in control of his own life. That's the action step that I want you to take. It's a very, very powerful exercise. And once you've done this, make sure to join me for the penultimate episode. We've got 2 episodes left, and this one is going to be a really interesting topic on how to redirect your sexual energy. This is personally something that I really struggled with for a while because I didn't understand how to do it. But once I did, it was a complete game changer for my mindset, my habits, my fitness, my business, relationships, energy, everything. So make sure that you do the action step and then join me for the next episode.